Adam John Cooper from Suiciety, lead vocals, and we've got our EP Reincarnated just released on all streaming platforms. Should check it out. Over to
Yep.
you, Kris.
Thank you for joining us, Adam. Good to finally meet you.
Yeah, good to finally meet you. We've spoken a bit, and now it's now this face-to-face thing. It's all a bit weird.
I can't believe I'm just noticing you got a Richmond fucking jumper on.
I probably shouldn't have worn it. It's probably not the ideal thing, but it was a bit cold.
You're lucky I like you already. Otherwise, I'll probably be hanging up on you.
Who are you following?
I'm an Essendon man, Mad Bomber.
Oh, our drummer Nick is Mad Bombers, so you and him will get along really well. I got the Corey Taylor underneath, if that's all right.
That's the saving grace. Corey Taylor's probably one of my favourites. So you've just made up, mate. Well done. Suiciety released your latest 4-track EP, Reincarnated, back on April the 18th, mate. Like, I know it hasn't been that long since it's come out, but how's the early reception been for it?
It's been really, really nice. We've had some really good feedback, sort of from, long-suffering fans have been really just so supportive of us. They've really stuck with us over the year journey that we've had, and it's been really, really positive. I couldn't be happier, to be honest, with the feedback. Haven't had much negativity. It's just been all positive, I can't say enough good about people liking it.
Very good. Very good. So tell us a bit more about the EP from a musical point of view and what you were going for with it.
Lyrically, because I write the lyrics and vocals, I had this whole sort of horror theme that was running through since we did the single Heliotherapy, which we released just towards the end of last year. And that had like a vampire theme, which was sort of an analogy for depression. But I had this whole horror, like traditional horror. We're all into like old horror films and big fans of that. And I'm a huge Stephen King fan as well. I collect his books and, seen all the films and the series and whatnot. And I think the horror sort of theme as an analogy just sort of kept coming through the lyrics. So after we released Heliotherapy, which was also produced and mixed by D.W. Norton from Super Heist, I might add. He's a great guy. We continued on with that horror theme and songs like Green Mile and a couple of the others, they just really had this like sort of gothic horror theme, whether it's sci-fi or horror, and it came across quite gothic. And then a few comments have been made by muso friends of ours that it's got Alice Cooper vibes, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong at all.
Nothing wrong with that. Which is kind of strange for us, I guess, because it's something we would have never thought of as when we were writing it or when we were recording it. Because musically, we've written across oceans and across highways. We're not in the same room at the same time, which is new for us. With all this, as we were discussing before, all the technology, Dropbox has become our friend, like all that sort of stuff, sending files. And Ray's in Spain with his family, and we all live sort of all over town, and we've all got, kids and whatnot. So it's kind of hard to get in a room, but the guys, we just trust each other with our roles, and it was a really nice way to record it. And for me, I just just kept these horror themes kept coming up with lyrically, but they're all an analogy for feelings and commenting on society and things like that, but just with using that as an analogy, as I said. So yeah.
Wait, now there's only 4 songs on the EP, mate. So I want to run through them individually, and you can tell us a bit more about them. So it starts with Balloons, 27 Years.
Yes, Balloons is about Pennywise from It. So yeah, there's just, I suppose, talking about the societal aspect. Looking after kids. It's all about family and about children, and I think that's where Stephen King is great. The fact that he puts the fear of God into you, because he uses a lot of children in his stories, and I think I don't know, that just came through for me because with Pennywise, he's scary as shit, and yeah, freaky clowns, and it's just about looking after the kids, and I use that, as I was saying before, as an analogy for that. And but it was Balloons is a heavier offering for us, and was kind of, I suppose, influenced by obviously that horror theme as we were talking about, but I suppose bands like Slipknot and things like that I was listening to at the time when I wrote that, who've also got obviously that horror sort of gothic feel to it. So I think Balloons kind of came out pretty heavy and kind of quirky, kind of like this weird Slipknot kind of heavy Faith No More type deal. And not that I mean to compare to other bands, because we're
want to sound like something.
Yeah, I guess. But I think that was the vibe of that song when we recorded it, and I think it came out pretty well.
Cool. And the second track is called Child's Light.
Yeah, Child's Light. It's just about my daughter. I wrote the lyrics for that probably in like 2016. But my daughter's 10 now. But yeah, it was just about becoming a dad, really. And we had this really cool sort of groovy, dirgy kind of riff, and we wanted this kind of catchy chorus with harmonies and stuff. And Ray and I sing really well together. So again, not meaning to compare, but like it had this kind of Alice in Chainsy kind of vocal thing going on in the chorus. So, but we love that sort of stuff. We like some really nice harmonies and mixed with some really dirgy, heavy riffs. So it kind of comes out sounding like that. But yeah, that's about my daughter.
Beautiful. And track number 3 is called Dream.
Dream was just about making your life awesome. Like, do awesome shit all the time.
Yeah, fair. All over that.
Yeah. So we I was trying to have a really positive vibe, but meanwhile having this kind of trippy, I suppose, Dawsy, King Crimson, weird Monster Magnet type thing going on in the background. but being positive at the same time. So Dream's just about making your life as awesome as you can, but it's a little bit in a spacey kind of way, again with that sci-fi kind of feel. Had an alien type. I was thinking about the film Alien while I was writing it. Who doesn't love Alien? Like,
who doesn't indeed? And the EP closes out with Green Mile, Old Sparky. Like, I'm pretty sure I know where the Green Mile comes from, but where's the Old Sparky come into it?
Old Sparky, the electric chair. From Stephen King. So again, we used that as like the Stephen King horror themes coming through, but the just choosing like the choices we make in life, and sometimes we really make wrong choices, and we can be walking the green mile, you know, like towards the electric chair, and you got to watch out for old Sparky because he'll bloody get you if you if you make the wrong sort of choices, if that makes sense.
It does. It makes too much sense. I know exactly. I know exactly where I'm headed.
Yeah, I was there with you, man. I was there with you.
The Bombers supporter and the Richmond supporter will go down hand in hand.
Dream time, baby.
I should say your Bandcamp page calls Reincarnated a rebirth of the band. Like, would you agree with that? And if so, how so?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Rebirth being that we had a break for a while. Obviously, COVID shut everything down, and then we were doing other projects. Like we had solo projects and stuff going on, and you know, we had some health issues in the band, and then Ray moved overseas back to Spain with his family, as I mentioned, and so it was kind of like a rebirth of the band, in a way, and just the way we describe it, it ties in with the whole reincarnated thing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we sort of got a new touring guitarist with Shane, who used to be he didn't play on the EP, but he was rehearsing with us for the upcoming shows, which unfortunately we can't play due to a family thing. But yeah, Shane sort of gave a new spark to the band when we were rehearsing for those shows, and so it was kind of a rebirth in a few different ways.
Very cool. Now, before we go, mate, I believe you've got a bit of a festival called Rat Fest or something later on this year in Melbourne. So,
Rat Fest.
Time to give that a bit of a push.
Yeah, Rat Fest was a festival kind of curated by us, by Suiciety, and we kind of had a handpicked lineup. And Suiciety were obviously going to play, and we got Frankenbach this year. Captives unfortunately had to pull out because a couple of their members are going overseas. So we got CD Jesus in their place, and Full Tone Generator, who just did a tour with Brant Bjork and playing with Elaine Johannes, is that how you pronounce his name? I'm sorry.
I have no idea, but that'll do.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I've pronounced it wrong. And they're amazing, kind of desert rock, kind of Queens of the Stone Age type vibe. And then we've got Quaid opening the show, and they're awesome. They're kind of like college rock, you know, sort of punkers. But unfortunately we can't play, so we're looking at getting Dream Killers from Queensland on board, and it looks like that's going to happen. So we're stoked, and with Frankenbach obviously headlining the show, and we got 3 shows in Victoria, a city show and 2 regional shows, and we're really looking forward to it. So unfortunately Suicide can't play, but I'll still be there hosting and hanging around like a bad smell. So it should be fun. So everyone should get along to that.
Well, and that's in August. Is it August 24th, 25th, 26th from memory?
Yes. And last weekend in August, I think. Yeah. So
how can people find out more information, bro?
They can go to OzTix, get their tickets, or head to our Facebook and or our social media, and you'll get all the info there.
Beautiful, Adam. All right. Well, there sounds like there's lots happening. Rat Fest in August, but in the near future, Suiciety have released a 4-track EP, Reincarnated, and it's an absolute cracker. So best of luck with that, mate, and I shall catch you when I come down in August.
No worries. Thanks, Kris.